It's tea time with Brooklyn on 97.3 WMEE.
I'm all for being a fan of something or someone, but this is just too much. People are selling trash from outside Madison Square Garden during the time of Taylor and Travis's wedding. And surprise, surprise, people are buying it. A website called nycgarbage.com was selling things like soda can tops, fabric, even a lost AirPod, with a listing claiming the stuff came from outside MSG, as close to Taylor and Travis's big day as you could have gotten without an invite. A little harsh, but true nonetheless. Everything was listed for $25 a piece, and it's sold out. Crazy. But that's actually cheap compared to this one. Someone else tried selling a bag of air that was supposedly collected at Madison Square Garden during their big night, and it was listed for $50,000. The description claimed, "This isn't just a bag, it's history you can breathe. Frame it, display it proudly next to your Eras Tour merch and sign footballs, or gift it to that one friend who still believes in fairy tales." And obviously you can't even prove if this air was actually from the area or not. And I don't know if someone bought it or not, because it was listed for $50,000. The listing is gone. So did someone pay for it, or did they take it down? Maybe I don't need to know the answer to that. In other news this morning, if you have a kid at home, I'm sure you've heard of NeeDohs. They're those viral squishy toys that have become next to impossible to find in stores because they're in such high demand. It's crazy. But now doctors are warning parents that they need to be careful with how they allow their children to play with NeeDohs, because it's sending some kids to the hospital. The injuries are happening when kids either microwave, heat, freeze, or even leave the toys in a hot car and they get hot inside. They have a really sticky gel inside the NeeDoh, and when it gets hot, it explodes, it sprays and sticks on the skin, and then you can't get it off. So it's burning kids like crazy. A 7-year-old girl was put into a medically induced coma and later needed a skin graft after she microwaved her NeeDoh. Another child suffered second-degree burns, and there's a lot more where those stories came from. So just be careful. Don't even leave them in the car. Lastly, this morning, a man named Snake the Bigfoot Hunter claims he has proof once and for all that there is such a thing as a Sasquatch. His real name is Charles Stewart, but he goes by Snake, and honestly, if you're a Bigfoot hunter, you need a cool name, right? Back in 2024, he said he found Sasquatch remains in New York, and since then, he had the DNA tested at Cornell University. Results apparently show that it's half Neanderthal and half human. But here's the thing. Cornell hasn't confirmed that the DNA testing even took place. But that's not stopping Snake. He's named his Bigfoot Dak, and he's planning to share him. He wants to put him on display at the New York State Fair later this summer. So there you go. If you're dying to see Bigfoot, head out to New York to see Dak. That's tea time today. You're on 97.3 WMEE.
Podcasts by Federated Media.